You're watching the Kansas City Chiefs Report by Chat Sports. Tyler Jones, your fearless leader, here with you. Thanks for joining us. This guy, Andy Reid, he has said a lot throughout training camp, and I have 5 takeaways from what Andy Reid has spoken about the Kansas City Chiefs in 2025 so far. We'll show you what he had to say, share our thoughts coming up in just a bit here on today's show. Let's show some love for Big Red, folks. If you believe that Andy is the best coach in the National Football League, like I do, then smash the like button on today's video. Who knows? Maybe Andy's watching or somebody close to his family. We want to make our voices heard loud and clear that we love Big Red, that we think he's the best of the best. He's in a league of his own. Hit that like button. We'll get started with today's show. Big Red sounds off. The Kansas City Chiefs head coach has talked about a number of topics in regards to your Kansas City Chiefs throughout training camp. And if you need a little catch-me-up on everything he said to this point, that's where we come in. Let's get started with Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce coming back for what many believe could be his final season in the National Football League and with the Kansas City Chiefs after what was a disappointing year in 2024. And a lot has been made about how Travis looks, what type of shape he's in 2025. And Andy Reid has taken notice as well, saying that Kelce is in great shape. Here's more from Big Red. He looks like he's 20. He's doing a good job. He's in great shape, and I'm not sure he didn't come in first during the whole conditioning thing. He was right up front. You can see he's been working out. You saw him yesterday in the long run where he had the burst. He's done a nice job. He's worked hard to get this spot. I think he's got something to prove this year. I think that Travis is playing with a chip on his shoulder, and I expect Andy to get the most out of him possible here in 2025, and I think that Travis is going to have an even better year than what he did in 2024 or in 2023 in what could be his last hoorah. But here's the deal. The bottom line is this when it comes to Travis Kelce. I know people are going to focus on the regular season and, trying to get Travis back to 1,000 yards and all that. But the reality is he is not the number one option anymore. That is Rashee Rice. And the passing game has changed where they are not trying to rely on Travis. But the idea is that Travis is a threat on any given night to go off. And the main thing that I need from Travis Kelce, I don't want him to necessarily go through the motions of the regular season, but I need him to step up when it comes playoff time. I need playoff Trav to show up then. That's when it counts the most. We saw him flip a switch last year when they had that game against the Texans. That's what this is all about to me. I hope Travis has a big regular season, and I think he will. But most importantly, let's hope that he's not out of shape, that he's not gassed, that he's not hurt when the Chiefs are trying to compete for a championship. The most important thing is how he looks in December, January, and February as far as that goes. Do you believe in Travis Kelce? Is this going to be a big year for Trav? It's our pinned comment today. You got 2 options here. Type B for believe, D for don't. You might get an ad break while the ad's playing. Get your votes in. Let us know what you think. Number 2 on takeaways from Andy Reid. He is seeing some progress in Josh Simmons, but it is still a work in progress. Simmons seems to be well on track to be the Chiefs' starting left tackle, as we have not seen Jalen Moore get first-team reps, and he's been holding his own so far to this point, the first-round pick out of Ohio State, protecting Patrick Mahomes' blind side. And Andy had this to say on Josh Simmons, kind of keeping expectations real. Yeah, he's done some good things. I wasn't just focusing on him the whole time, but I thought he did some good things. He's got, he's going to be a work in progress. Keep working and cranking on it, young guy. Simmons has been awesome. And, he got into it with this fellow rookie, Ashton Gelati, the other day with a little training camp fight between the two of them. And I don't mind training camp fights, to be honest. I think that shows that you care and shows some passion and some intensity. But to kind of add to Andy's point, not everything's going to be perfect. There is going to be some growing pains at times. This is a tall task. You don't see too many rookies getting the chance to be a starting left tackle, let alone for a championship caliber team like the Kansas City Chiefs that have the best quarterback in football, that have won 3 Super Bowls in this Mahomes era. This is a big stage, and things will not always be perfect, but if you give this time, I think it's a bet that will pay off mightily for Kansas City here going forward from here. Folks, want to make sure you're subscribed to the Kansas City Chiefs Report as we're covering training camp like no one else is, with our daily news and rumors, live shows each and every Tuesday, breaking news, Q&A mailbags, and more. We got you covered each and every day on the channel, and we want to make sure you're subscribed. That way, if anything happens, you are the first to know about it here on the channel. Best part about it, doesn't cost you a thing. 100% free. YouTube.com/Chiefs TV. Subscribe now. You'll be glad you did. One of the players that has been much talked about this offseason is Tyquan Thornton, the former Baylor Bear who was a high draft pick by the New England Patriots, getting a second chance after a disappointing run in New England. And there's been a lot of discussion about him potentially cracking the 53-man roster with as well as he's looked at this point in time. And Andy Reid is saying, look, he's done a good job, but he still has more work to do if he potentially wants to earn a spot. More from Big Red. I like what I've seen. He's working hard. He's made some big catches, working his routes, playing physical in his transition game. He's just got to keep coming. We're still early in this thing here. I think, honestly, he can make the team at this point. I think the Chiefs are likely to carry 7 receivers on the active roster when the season begins. And so then you look at the guys he's competing with, Nico, Sky Moore. I think that it seems pretty likely that the Chiefs are probably going to be done with Sky Moore. And Nico, of course, can help out in the special teams end of things. Tyquan Thornton can help out there as well. If he does what he's supposed to do, if he continues with how he's looked so far from the offseason program and into training camp, and then show up in the preseason, then I think there's a spot for Tyquan Thornton. And with the uncertainty going into 2025, with Rashee Rice likely to get suspended here, and then you look at the other pieces, we don't know what to expect from Hollywood Brown. Juju's gotten older here. Tyquan Thornton not only could make the team, he could play a key role in this offense if he continues to do what he's been doing over the last couple of months. I like what I've seen, and let's see if he can keep it up. Will Tyquan Thornton make the Chiefs' 53-man roster? Predicted for me in the comment section. Y for yes, in for no. Weigh in and tell us if you think he'll make the roster or not. Now, one thing that's pretty interesting hearing from Big Red is the sense of urgency. And you always wonder, with a team that has won as much as the Kansas City Chiefs have, how can this team stay motivated? Especially when your core players have been around for multiple championships now. When you're talking about Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce and Isaiah Pacheco and Chris Jones, Trent McDuffie, George Karlaftis, they've been there, done that before. Up until the Super Bowl last year, the rookie classes of 2022 and beyond had never even lost a playoff game. So how do you, in training camp, get these guys to buy in and have that excitement to put in the work each and every day when you pretty much well know you're going to be in the playoffs, you're going to compete for a championship? How do you stay motivated? Well, Andy, stressing a sense of urgency with his training camp expectations, he said this: yeah, main thing is urgency. You know the urgency. You just keep that up. Everybody's expectations are high amongst the team, amongst everybody around. So, but it comes down to the work that you can take care of here and the foundation that you build here. Andy knows what he's doing. All right? I mean, one of the things I think that makes Andy so special is not only is he a great offensive mind, arguably the greatest offensive mind that we've seen in this game, that is such a well-rounded head coach, but even at his age and everything that he's got going on, he knows how to get these guys' attention. So many times we've seen Andy just say the right thing. And one of the things I love about Andy is he doesn't act like a college coach. he treats these guys like grown men, but he still knows what to say and what to do to motivate and push these guys and separate from being their friend to being their coach. And I have no concern that Andy's going to have this team in the right mindset. I think they're already there. And I like hearing that from Andy that, hey, this is what we're stressing. This is what we're talking about. This is what's important to us right here and right now. Speaking of 2025, how are things going to shake out for the Kansas City Chiefs? Predict their record this season. They went 15-2 last year. Can they do it again? Let us know what you think the Chiefs' record will be this upcoming year. Weigh in and let us know in the comments section below what exactly that is. All right, last on the list of takeaways from Big Red, he talked about Kareem Hunt. We have not heard much about Kareem this offseason. He re-signed back in March, and you got Pacheco supposedly up to full strength again, back to his old self. He should be at full strength in his old RB1 role. And then you got other running backs. You got Kareem Hunt there. You got Elijah Mitchell. You got Brashard Smith. Carson Steele is still around as well. And so then you have to wonder, okay, where does Kareem Hunt fit into all of this? How much mileage does he have left on the tires? How much tread is still there at this point in his career? Well, something that Andy brought up that I think is a fascinating point that I think people forget about is that because of some of the injuries and other things that have occurred the last couple of years, he hasn't really had a true offseason in a while, and now he's had that chance to actually take it all in and go through that proper process to get ready for the upcoming season, and he's stepping up, according to Andy Reid. Here's more. He's had an offseason. He missed 2 offseasons. He had this offseason. He's worked hard. Now he's coming into training camp. He's in good shape, and I would expect good things. He'll be in there rotating and doing his thing. He's a good, solid football player. Love having him here. I would say this. Don't sleep on Kareem Hunt. All right? I expect Kareem to be mostly used in short yardage, 3rd and 4th down situations as kind of your power back of sorts. One of the things I liked that I saw from Kareem last year, even though he didn't have any big runs downfield, he still showed acceleration and burst at the line of scrimmage. And if he can do that again, that will go a long ways. I don't have to have him be my lead tailback in this offense. But if there are days where he's got the hot hand and something is right with Kareem, I have no problem with him getting the majority of the carries. He can play a significant role in this offense, and I think he will, folks. And I'm excited that Kareem Hunt is back to do it all again. If you enjoyed today's show, you already know what to do. Hit that like button. Show some love to Andy Reid. We'd appreciate it. I'm Tyler Jones. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.